One, two, one, two, one. Turn me up. Turn me up.
The champ is here.
It's your boy, the Business Builder People's Champ, back with another YouTube live stream. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, you Negroes. Shout out to my trolls. I hope everybody is doing well today. January 29th, 26th. We are chugging along, man. It was just New Year's, right? Already at the end of the month, man. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're gearing up here in the southeast for another snowstorm. It's predicting heavy snow here where I am. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm running a little late tonight. I was trying to make sure that new intro, I wanted to test it out. It seemed okay. I think I'm gonna rock with that for a little while. So we'll see how that goes. I got a new outro too, so we'll see how that goes at the end. And I had to eat. I had to eat dinner. I had to cook dinner for Red and I. So we ate. I burnt some damn rice, almost ran ass up out of here. I burnt the shit out of some rice, y'all. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't think I put no water in it, or I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, trying to do too many things at once. Let that be a lesson. Don't do too many things at once, y'all. Trying to I'm broadcasting from a different location. Let me see something. Maybe that's a little better. So I'm playing with it a little bit, so forgive me. Wanted to see how something was going to work out. And I missed the other night because of the snowstorm and all kind of excuses. I know I'm trying to get back on track, so I'll be back on definitely tonight, maybe tomorrow night, maybe Saturday night and Sunday. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try to make up for falling off earlier this week. But I appreciate those of you who are my faithful, loyal subscribers, my mods, all of you people who are the people of the People's Podcast. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Make sure you are subscribed. Like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, we're gonna talk something tonight, man. And this is kind of a similar topic that I had recently. It's not 50-50. And that one, the previous one, we were talking about relationships. This one is going to be a little bit different. Going to be talking about ideology. Okay. We're going to be talking a little bit. I guess it's going to be like a 3-part series. So we're going to talk about the magic trick part of that equation. And I guess I'm speaking just to all of y'all, speaking to everybody, not just speaking to young men, young women, like I normally do. This is for everybody, young, old, whatever generation. I think this is something a few of you need to hear. Some of you see, but you're not seeing, as the scripture goes. Some of you hear, but you're not hearing, right? So, forgive me. I was a little sick the other night too. I apologize for that. Sometimes I still get reactions from the medicine, the binder I take with my food, and sometimes that just like shuts me down. And it kind of like had me shut down for a couple of days actually. Um, and I noticed that I really hadn't taken the binder today. I took it this morning, but I hadn't taken it this afternoon, and I haven't had those issues. So I was kind of testing myself out to see what it was, because I know the gabapentin I take makes me sleepy. So I've learned to be careful with that and only take that at night. But the binder makes me nauseous and like profusely, I don't know what to say. But anyway, I am the day walker, the black knight, the black MAGA, the shogun of Charlotte. The ladies call me the cookie monster. Pumpkin Escobar. Say my name. I am the Heisenberg of this ish. Giving y'all that pure crystal, that straight truth. I am your host of the People's Podcast, V. Ben Israel, the author formerly known as Van Johnson. Yours truly, the one and only. Those of you who don't want to be here, don't be here. Move around. Plenty of places to be out here in these YouTube streets. If you are going to stay, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell, share it to your socials. Remember, I'm back on Facebook, y'all. Y'all can hit me up at V Izzy. VEE Izzy. Tag me in it. Hit me up. I'm on Instagram too. I'm even started jumping back into X. I believe I'm simulcasting the X tonight. I don't know. We'll check, see what happens. Last time I simulcast over there, it wasn't X, it was Twitter. So that go to show you where I've been, right? So my mods, when y'all come in, where's CJ at? Let me check. Nah, he ain't got here yet. When TJ comes in, y'all make sure y'all shout TJ out. Make sure you subscribe to Through the Fire Podcast. Amanaz hadn't checked in either with her. Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to Amanaz channel. And the rest of y'all mods, drop your links in the chat for everybody, please. And if you're watching on the replay team, make sure y'all hit that RT for the replay team. Appreciate you very much. So what we talk about tonight is the magic trick. That's why I showed you my thumbnail, my hand, and the magic is coming out. But what you weren't paying attention to is where my other hand was at. My other hand was behind my back. That's the magic trick. And that's what's going on. That's what's actually been going on for a decade or more. Definitely for the last decade, ever since Trump came down that gold elevator, they've been hitting y'all with the magic trick. And y'all went from loving Trump to hating the man, and you don't even know why. That's what's funny about it to me. My mother is always, oh God, my mother. She was over here a couple of weeks ago and she makes it a point to go, we gotta get Trump out the office. Why, Mom? Why? What did Trump do to you? We just gotta get him out the office. Why? They can never tell you why. What he supposedly did. And if you do find somebody who gives you some information, it's going to be a lie. It's going to be propaganda. They got fed. And they'll come back and say, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a liberal. But your whole ideology is liberal. I don't care how you vote. But you do vote. All of these people who say these silly things, they all voted for Kamala. But they're not Democrats. Right? They voted for Kamala. They voted for Biden. They voted for Obama. Right? Sounds like a Democrat to me. Be honest about, but they do that to shut down the conversation because they want to be able to talk at you, but not have a dialogue with you. They just want to be able to say what they want to say, gaslight you, and then I don't want to talk about this no more. I don't want to argue with you. That's what they do. Every single time. Every single time. Man, woman, old, young, it's all the same. But that's the liberal mindset. And what they don't realize is that they're not the same Democratic Party. In many ways, they are. But they're not. That Democratic Party was in the 80s that my grandparents supported is not the Democrats that we've had in my lifetime. They've moved further to the left. And I'm going to do that on my third video in this part. I'm going to show that. I'm going to show y'all a nice picture of the map. Because y'all think that all of these issues are either or, 50-50, you're on the right side of history. And when they poll, not just Republicans, not just conservatives or whatever, when they poll everybody in a nationwide poll, many of these issues, most of them, are 80-20 issues, 90-10 issues. It's not even close. It's not even close to being a 50-50 issue. But they've been doing this magic trick, and some of y'all are so susceptible. Again, you see, but you're not seeing. You're not seeing the game that's being ran on you. And it's all about power. It's always about protecting it. Power will protect itself. I've been saying that for years on here. Power is going to protect itself. Money, power, resources. But that power is a big thing. And all of this stuff that's going on in Minnesota. It only jumped off when Tim Walz was forced to drop out of the election. And then they started gaslighting all of those people. And the first group of people they always go to are liberal white women. That throughout history, anywhere on this planet, anything that jumps off, liberal white women. It's always liberal white women. They always get them in a frenzy. And then the liberal white women start trying to bring in black women, right? And then the black women will bring in the LGBT, LMNOP people, right? That's the pattern. This is the playbook. And you see it playing out right now, live on TV. There are a few little chocolate chips. If you look on the news, and don't watch CNN, MSNBC, none of the traditional liberal media places. Look at independent media where they're showing you the whole footage, and independent reporters are actually going out. And of course, the liberals are going to be, oh, you're MAGA. No, the guy's like, no, I'm not. I'm an independent journalist. I cover everything. I was covering stuff during the Biden years. I was covering stuff during Trump's first term. I'm covering stuff now. This is what I do. But anybody that disagrees with him, again, that's the gaslight. They want to gaslight. Oh, you're MAGA. You're a Trump supporter, and you're this and you're that. But that's a way of dismissing what you're saying. That's what they're doing. They're trying to dismiss what you're saying. So they got a reason not to hear and keep believing again. They hear, but they're not hearing. Right? They see, but they're not seeing. They hear, but they're not hearing. Okay? Look it up. I didn't make that up. That's God. Right? So that's the game that's being played. I always am speaking to young men, but this is for everybody. But you young people, you need to understand what's going on because they're gaslighting too. They like to get y'all revved up about issues that ain't even issues. Megan, or what was her name? Megan Good, Reagan Good. Well, I don't give a shit what that lady's name was. She got herself killed. I'm not saying she deserved to die. I'm not justifying what happened. I'm saying her bad actions led to her death. And she was gaslit by the liberals, by the LGBT people, and she was gaslit by her girlfriend. Drive, baby, drive. Wow, it's a team of armed men, armed law enforcement men are surrounding our car, and you tell her to drive through them? No, that is not what America is about. Do not try that at home, people. You'll get shot too, more than likely. Don't even play with that with regular cops. Fuck ICE. Fuck Border Patrol. FBI. I ain't even talking about feds. Play that game with some regular cops and see what happens. Fuck around and find out. Right? I was always taught police stop you, keep them hands on the steering wheel. Got to make sure if it's at night, you got the dome light on, windows down, right? Make sure you got your license and your registration ready to hand to the officer. How you doing, officer? Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you. Be as polite as possible. That's how I was taught. But in today's world, y'all disrespect is very common. Y'all think it's cute today to be disrespectful, especially to a person who is an authority. Yeah. And then you wonder why you get the outcomes that you get. Fuck around and find out. Can't blame it on nobody else. So that's what happened to her. She fucked around and found out. No, drive, baby, drive. I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm watching the video. I couldn't fucking believe it. Like that, this is not going to end well. And it didn't. You can't do that. Same thing with this. Because, see, that didn't carry the weight that they thought it was going to carry. They were trying to incite riots and generically create that George Floyd moment. And it didn't pick up that way. So here go another one. The new guy, Petty. Oh, he was a nurse and he was such a nice guy. And Elizabeth Warren, dumbass Pocahontas, is up on TV. She didn't know that man. Why is she speaking about this man like she knew him personally? But this is the gaslight. Then the next video comes out that shows him a week before kicking He done kicked out the tail lights of the fucking truck, spitting at him, cussing at him, chasing him down the damn street. That's the gaslight. But they're not going to show you that on CNN and MS Now, DNC, or whatever the hell it's called. They're not going to show you that because they want to continue with the narrative. Nobody takes a handgun to a protest. That's not what people do. And if you do, you shouldn't. All of the mass shootings that have happened in this country, the last thing you want is your gun to accidentally go off. And when you have a concealed carry, you have to behave a certain way. First of all, he had a legal right to carry a gun. No, he didn't. See, getting your concealed carry is only part of it. You actually have to have it with you in certain states when you're actually concealed carrying. He did not have his ID with him or his concealed carry. So therefore, he was not authorized in that moment to be carrying his weapon. Had he been issued a concealed carry? Yes, he has. Was he concealed carrying legally at the time? No, he wasn't. Two things can be true at the same time. I tell y'all that all the time. All the time. So, those two people, there's going to be another one. They're going to see now. Tom Homan, I saw his press conference, and he was very calm and collected and spoke in a very subdued tone. But he let him know, look, now we ain't backing down. I'm just swapping some people out. They tired. They tired of getting spit on every night. You know what I mean? Y'all fighting them. So I'm swapping them out, rotating new ones in. But the mayor, the governor, and your local officials done all say, oh, Wayne calling me. I had to call him back. He said he had agreement with them. According to him, they have an agreement. They're going to start allowing ICE to get the people out of the jail, which is what they've been asking for the entire time. That's the same thing they do everywhere else in the country. And there's no problems anywhere else in the country. So supposedly, and Tom Homan said, we're going to see if that's what they do. That's the agreement. We're going to see. Now, if that happens, then we don't need as many people here because I had to have extra people here to protect my guys going to get these illegals. But if y'all going to cooperate, I don't need as many people here. But we'll see. So we will see. Us people are going to see that. But it's up to them to keep their word. And of course, what's going to happen, because we've already seen Tim Walz do this a couple of times. He had a deal with Donald Trump. And he immediately the next day came back out the next day and started backtracking what he originally said to Trump, according to Trump. So we'll see. We'll watch it, but I'm just preparing y'all for the gaslight. That's the magic trick. And we're going to see it happen. Watch. Watch. You got to watch. Stop just seeing and stop. Y'all see, but you ain't seeing. Start seeing and start hearing. Stop letting these people play in y'all face. Oh, Fannie Willis down there in Atlanta. They done ran up in the doggone election board and got them ballots. And they already started reviewing. They just picked a random box, started looking at a couple of the ballots, already a few of the ballots have already been scanned multiple times. Well, what have I been saying to y'all for 6 years now? How the hell y'all really believe, or y'all want to gaslight us into believing that Joe Biden got 20 million more votes than Obama and Trump? Bullshit. And those same people that voted for Biden the first time didn't vote for him the second time? Bullshit. That's the gaslight. So part this, I thought it was maybe because of the illegals, and I believe it's a combination. I didn't even think about these ballots have been scanned multiple times, but yeah. So between the ballots being scanned multiple times and the doggone illegals that have been voting in these states where you don't have to show ID, you don't even have to identify yourself. Yeah, well, we don't. They got them. They on their way to Virginia right now. They might be in Virginia now, where they gonna go through in Virginia. Yep, they gonna get to the bottom of that. Again, they should have left the man alone. They raided this man's house the ex president's house had never been raided by the FBI. They did that to him because they were still fucking with him, even though he wasn't in office no more. They kept fucking with him. And they fucking around and find out. He warned y'all over there in Davos. He said, hey, some people arrests are coming. He just ain't said which ones. Hello. It's so much corruption that these Democrats have been doing. And that's the other point. What did I say at the beginning? Money, resources, power. That's what it's all about. Right? So they know their power is in danger. They have the worst approval records the Democrats do in Congress in history. Now, generally speaking, the off party usually wins in the midterms. So if a Republican becomes president, the Democrats will win in the off season election. But that's not always the case. There have been two exceptions where that has not happened. So it's looking, the Republicans is looking good right now. And with all of this, the fraud going on in Minnesota, they digging into California. Dr. Oz is already in California, in Maine, in Ohio, in New York, and all these other blue cities, these little dots on the map. Because again, it ain't 50-50. The vast majority of this country is red. It ain't blue. But y'all live in the blue little chips on the map, little dots on the map, and y'all think that little bubble that you create for yourself, Atlanta, New York, DC, Chicago, Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, Cleveland, places like Boston, y'all think those places are representative of what's going on in the rest of the country, and it is not. It is a difference. And until you live somewhere else in a red place, you're not going to understand that. It'd be so peaceful here where I'm at. Ain't nobody bothering you. There ain't nobody in your business. You call the people when you need to speak to them. You deal with them. You go home. Ain't nobody in your business. Ain't nobody telling you what to do, what you can't do. Pay your taxes. That's it. That's what conservatives want. But some of y'all have never experienced that. And you've been letting these. I grew up in a Democratic household. My mama and them is my whole family is Democrats, except for my cousin Keith and his wife Tanya, and who else is a conservative. That's it. That's it. I thought my cousin Milt was a conservative, but he don't even, he wishy-washy. He's a Democrat, but he played like he ain't. He one of them. But I find it funny. He always got shit to talk about Trump. But in 4 years of Biden, he ain't had nothing to say. Not one thing. Sound like you're a Democrat to me. And see, I ain't gonna let these people play in my face. If that's what you are, that's what you are. My voter record is on the mine is. I got a record. You can see who I vote for. And I've been voting conservative ever since Obama's second term. Obama pissed me off second term. And I ain't never looked back. But I grew up in a Democratic house. But it ain't the same. They've gotten crazy. Like I said, all of this nonsense is to deflect, to protect power. Tim Walz no, because he done stuck his hand in that money too. And he can't run for governor no more. He already ain't got no house. He broke. So whatever little money he done stole, he need to hold on to because they about to take his ass to court and he gonna have to pay for some lawyers. That's what's gonna have to happen. I'm pretty sure the Democrats are gonna cut him loose. Him and Kamala already done cost them $2 billion. The rest of them Democratic millionaire and billionaires ain't gonna keep funding him, especially when he ain't got no more political value. He's horrible. He ain't think they almost made him vice president. Almost. Almost. He was almost vice president. Like, are y'all fucking crazy? Y'all went from a mentally ill man to this retarded chick that's cosplaying a black woman to a white man who's cosplaying a tough white guy. Really? And then before that, you had an African American that was cosplaying a black man. Do y'all not have anybody authentic? Jasmine, Jazzy Jazz, she cosplaying the hood chick. So is Fanny. I mean, all of these chicks and these Democrats, all they do is pretend to be somebody else. And they're all over the place with it. All over the place. How did y'all like my new intro, by the way? Leave me some comments in the chat. Let me know how y'all like my new intro. I appreciate that. Stop letting them play in your face. It's all about power. They were scared of Trump because they knew Trump was going to bring in a team that was going to dig in their shit, and they wanted to protect their money, their resources, and their power. Their money is gone because Doge got into that, and we digging into the rest of it with the fraud. Whatever little resources they're going to try to cling on to them, and power, they're going to try to get it back, but my money is on the Republicans. Everybody tired of them, man. It's the same game. And liberal white women, they want to be victims so bad. Me too. Me too. I want to be a victim too. Think about it. It was Trayvon Martin, then Jordan Davis, then Marissa Alexander, then Mike Brown, right? No. Then Philando Castile, then Rakia Boyd down in Texas, then Mike Brown, and all that shit jumped off in Missouri with Mike Brown. And Missouri got damn near burnt down. And they had to bring the National Guard and everybody else in there. Where was the white people then? It wasn't nothing but y'all Negroes out there then, right? And then the Black Lives Matter people came and cosplayed y'all, hijacked that whole movement from y'all. The little gay chicks, remember them? They cosplayed The gay white chicks at that. And they stole all that money from y'all because y'all fell for it hook, line, and sinker then. And then y'all went right to distract from that. Because right around that time, Candace Owens was digging in their ass, showing you all the receipts. Then we went right from that, right into doggone George Floyd. And then right after George Floyd, it was the teenager that stabbed the boy at the track meet. I forget the name of that one. It'll come to me. But the white women, they was in Missouri and they were in Minneapolis. Because remember, Minneapolis got burnt down too recently. That was also under Tim Walz. And the other thing was under the Democrats was the kids in cages. That was Obama. The 60 plus immigrants that died in federal custody under Obama, under ICE back in Border Patrol, y'all didn't march for them. Over 60 of them, almost 70. No march. The 100,000 kids that got missing, no marching. Going back to Miss Good, her husband died in 2023. That's her third husband, the one she had the last baby with, the 6-year-old. 6 months after that, she changes her name to Good. She's not married. That's the other thing they tried to lie to y'all about. Oh, her wife. That wasn't her wife. That was a girlfriend. She legally changed her name to the same name as her girlfriend. Why would she do that? If you get married, you don't have to go to court to get your name changed. All you got to do is take your marriage certificate to the Social Security office, and then that's all you got to do. But she purposely did it the long, hard way. Why? Because she was trying to erase who she was previously with her veteran husband. And then they started that big thing on TikTok with I'm moving. If Trump get elected, I'm going to Canada. They ain't go to Canada. Instead of them going to Canada, they moved from Missouri to Minneapolis. But while they was in Missouri, they seen white women again. Oh, I want to be a victim too. The black people get to be victims. The black women got something. I want something too. So they joined all the little ICE watch groups, and they were running around the country trying to fight ICE, right? All of a sudden, they want to fight ICE. They did it in Los Angeles. They did it up there in Portland. And then they took their ass to Minneapolis. Right? See the magic? That's the magic trick. Not Canada, Minneapolis. And they was chasing ICE around. Pretending like, oh, I'm a mother of 3. No, she wasn't. She was a mother of 1. Because the first 2 kids, the husband got those in the divorce. Oh, a lot of y'all didn't know that. You know how horrible a mother she had to be for the husband to get them kids? And she had no contact with them kids. And the husband, he didn't even want to go get the son, her last son, so that way that son could be there with his 2 kids, because that's their brother. No, he ain't even want to do that. He like, fuck that kid. Ain't that what I tell y'all all the time? Fuck them kids. He said, fuck that kid. And the grandfather ended up getting her father, I believe. No, her husband's father. The last husband, the veteran, the one that died, that's who went and got that son. Now we on to this nurse and they're gonna start digging into him. And already the video comes out. He ain't this kind, peaceful, friendly neighborhood nurse that they tried to paint him to be. And I'm pretty sure some more videos are gonna come out as time goes on. See, that's the problem with Democrats, and y'all react to it. They always rush to try to be the first one out with the information. They won't even wait 24 hours. As soon as they hear something, they all run into the cameras. Even politicians from other states. Why are you talking AOC, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie? Ain't nobody feeling the burn no more. Why? Why are you Hakeem Jeffries? I understand because he's a leader, but them other ones ain't leaders. Why is Obama talking? Why is Bill Clinton talking? Bill Clinton got enough problems because they just subpoenaed him and Hillary, and they about to lock them up. Yeah. See, everybody, Trump is going after everybody. The first time, maybe it was lock her up, lock her up. And then when he got in office, he said, don't worry about it. I'm in here now, I'm gonna leave her alone. But they kept fucking with him. So now he like, I ain't got no mercy for him now. They getting all this smoke. And what do they say? When you take a swing at the champ, you better not miss. And they missed. They tried to bankrupt him, take his properties from him, take his money from him, lock his kids up, embarrass his wife, going through her underwear drawer. It wasn't no papers and shit in her underwear drawer. And guess what the paper was that they were quote unquote looking for at the damn FBI office? And they didn't even, they had it already. Oh, my bad, kind of thing. Really? Y'all gonna go through my wife's underwear? A former first lady? You gonna go through her underwear and then do a my bad? And y'all wasn't riding over that. Y'all liberal white women, y'all wasn't mad about that? Hmm. Oh, I forgot. Melania pissed y'all off when she wore that jacket down there to the border that time. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, she pissed y'all off. And because she's still fine as hell. Yeah, I remember. I remember now. Y'all too easily gaslit and y'all fall too easily for the magic trick. Y'all fall for that. Too easy. I need y'all to be a little bit more discerning. Stop letting people play in your face. Because while they playing in your face behind your back, they got all these NGOs that's taking the money and they filtering money through the hospitals to pay for all of these illegals. Why do you think California is bankrupt? Chicago is bankrupt. New York, Zoran just said New York is what, $12 billion in the negative? So New York is bankrupt. We've been telling y'all that because they was paying for all of these illegals. Even though they're telling you, oh, no, that's not true. That's against the law, Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, it's against federal law. See how they play the word games with you? But they're not telling you that the feds pay the hospitals. So they force the immigrants to go to the hospitals in urgent cares, and then the feds got to pay for that out of our taxpayer dollars. So they are getting health care. Right. Yeah. See how they playing the game? And the NGOs and all that other shit, non-government organization all around the world and in America. Look at Ilhan and Dana. Y'all watch Dana with Judge Joe. Dana, I like you, baby, but you need to learn how to talk, baby. It's not Ilhan. It's Ilhan. You know, you always saying words fucked up. And I'm from Jersey too. But damn, Ilion and Ilhan are two different words, boo. I need you to get it together. She watch me sometime. She know who the champ is. I mean, if you're going to jump on here and try to be intelligent, I mean, at least say the girl name right. Even though her non-talking ass, she talk with something in ass. Why does she talk like that? Like, bitch, shut up. Why are you talking like that? She get on my nerves. She be talking normal. And then at the end, fuck is that about? Why did she do that? I've heard Somalians and other Africans, they don't do that. Why did she do that? And she gonna jump up on there and talk about she left a war-torn country. Bitch, you wasn't in no war. What is she talking about? She been over here since forever, damn near now. Stop, Ilhan. But that's the game they playing in your face. With the 30 million she got, they done already the vineyard or the winery that her and her husband own ain't no winery. It ain't one. It's an empty building that they don't even own. They ain't got no name on the building. Nobody in the parking lot, no website. You can't buy the wine, nothing. But they went from like $1,000 one year, 2023, and then 30 million in 2024. Yeah, fraud. And everybody around her is already getting locked up and investigated. Tim Walz is getting, they all had their hand in the money. This is why they're gaslighting you, to protect their power. That's what it's about. They get these white women in a frenzy. They know a few of you little chocolate chips is going to follow along. And did you see the stunt that Ilhan did when a man was at the town hall and sprayed her with some vinegar or some shit? And then she tried to play tough, like she wanted to try to fight the man and then go ask for a napkin. Somebody just sprayed you with a liquid and you don't know what it is and you going to ask for a napkin? Bitch, please. Only if you already knew it wasn't serious. That's the only way you would do that. It could have been acid. Anything could have been in that. Fentanyl. Anything could have been in that damn syringe. She ain't that tough. That she immune to acid and fentanyl? Yeah, right. She's a horrible actress. She could have played it better. And Elon, the black girl in the background. Elon, you don't know what it is. You need to go to the doctor. A real black woman would have snatched her ass up. Bitch, get your ass in the car. That's what a real black woman would have did. Not let her continue her 10 minutes left for her remarks. She wasn't saying nothing that deep, no way. What? All of that shit was fake. All fake. They paid that guy. It wouldn't surprise me if that guy had a prior criminal record, had been in prison before or jail. He probably gonna get off with a probation or a year or something like that. You ain't never gonna hear that man's name again. He gonna get paid at the end. That was staged. Tim Walz is going. Supposedly Tim Walz made a deal with Trump that he gonna give up Ilhan, Fry, that's the mayor, and the AG. What is it, Ellison or something, and whoever else was in on it, the big names. They showed the documentary. See, the investigation started under Biden, not under Trump. So they had already been looking into this and arresting and locking people up. And they even did a documentary on $750,000 at a time going through the airport. What? You and I couldn't take $1,000 on the airplane without them questioning the fuck out of us. These motherfucking Somali and these bubbleheads got 750,000 on a regular basis. They just taking taxpayer money out of the country and ain't nobody say nothing. More money has gone through the Minneapolis airport than any of the other airports. The large airports in New York and Atlanta is the largest, but New York, Newark, you got two in New York, JFK and LaGuardia. Then you got Newark International. None of those airports had this going on to the extent that, because you got to declare how much money you taking. That's how they can track it. So they know how much money was going in and out with the wallas, the koalas, or whatever they call them. That's the hand to hand. When you can't wire money to somebody overseas, you got hand to hand people. I knew about it with the Mexicans. I didn't know the Africans was doing it like that too. They always been in scams. I remember back at 20 something years ago when I was working for Sprint and Radio Shack at that too, where they was doing the illegal, they would run up the Sprint phones, pretend like they mailed in a check, have us call us and put a trace on the check so we keep their service running. And by the whole time, they running up long distance calls to Africa, Mexico, and everywhere else. That was the scam back then. They always got scams. These Somalians are pirates. These Nigerians are scam artists. That's all they do. And the Mexicans ain't far behind. And all of these other little countries. They had scams with the healthcare, the home healthcare workers, the Medicaid. They had scams going on with the daycares. They had them going on with the meals, like the Meals on Wheels type people. They got scams going on with the what's the other one? Shit, there's another one I had just learned about. The kickbacks to the politicians, definitely. Because they'll donate money to their super PACs. Oh, with the Section 8. So the rich ones would buy the house. And the ones that needed Section 8, they would rent the house from the people who stole the tax money. And now they're getting double money. So their rent is getting paid. And the landlord now, the Somalian landlord, they double dipping, triple dipping. They're using the tax money to buy the house, put their homeboy in the house, and then get the Section 8. That's 3. All kind of shit was going on. They got nothing but scams on top of scams. And some of the names or people, they was had multiple scams going. It wasn't just like one person doing one scam. They all dipping in all kind. They all knee deep in it. Oh man, y'all just don't know. Y'all, they playing in your face so bad. The PPP loans, they got that. I heard about somebody got $600,000 from one of them PPP loans, and it wasn't no business. They would set up them daycares in a warehouse or a fake office building, and it'd be like 50 of them in one building, but ain't no kids in none of the offices. It's just a name on the door and some files. That's where they would keep their files at, dummies. I would have had that office cleaned out. I would have never kept. You don't shit where you eat. That's like keeping your drugs at your house. You keep your drugs somewhere else. But they dumb. They not as smart as they think. That's why they're gonna get caught. Now that they know where to look and they know what the play is, they're getting caught. The Russians is in on it in California. That's what Dr. Oz was uncovering. The damn Russians is doing the same thing. They all in on it, all these foreigners. And then they play. She like to get up there, Ilion does, get up there on TV and play. Oh, we're taxpayers too. No, you're tax stealers. You're not taxpayers. You're tax takers. Blind ass. But they about to get her ass. If she was smart, she would go ahead and dip right now. But see, the ego trip is they still think they can get away with it. Because she went on the news when they interviewed her and telling us Americans how dumb we are, and she was giggling, and we trying to figure out why she was giggling. She just called us dumb, and she, yeah, you Americans are dumb, and I can't have a conversation with you. You're not intellectual. And he like, why was she giggling? Well, now we know why she was giggling, because she got 30 million in the bank. But they about to get her ass. They about to get her ass. That's the magic trick. And they scream racism. Both these people in Minneapolis are white. Why are they talking about racism? They're white. There was white cops that shot 2 white people. That ain't racism. That's white. That's white on white crime. That ain't got nothing to do with racism. And they're illegal. They're fake. They're real law enforcement. Fuck around and find out. And they're carrying out the laws, the same laws that Biden had, same laws that Obama had, same laws, same ICE agents. Oh, they need to be retrained. Why? They was fine for Biden and Obama. While retrained to do what? They did exactly what they were supposed to do. You can't drive no car at nobody with a gun, let alone a cop, and you don't get shot. Or is shot at the least. That's what happens. I'm sorry. She didn't deserve to die, but her bad decisions, like I said, she did all of that in that 6-month period. She made all of the bad decisions. The guy with that chick, drive, baby, drive, chick. And that chick got her killed. I'm sorry. And Mr. Petty is running by kicking. You can't go kick no cop car and bust their tail light and spit at them and think they ain't gonna jump out on you. That's what happened. And if they arresting somebody, you can't jump in the middle of it. Talking about he was trying to protect another citizen. Bullshit. If the cops got somebody, you can't get in the middle of that. They are gonna put you in check real quick. And it ain't about what you see on the videotape later. It's all about what the cops saw in that moment. That's all that matters. Was it reasonable for them to think that this guy with a gun, this guy had been following him around for almost 2 weeks and attacking him? He got a gun. He might cause us harm. Is that reasonable? Yes, it is. He fucked around and found out too. That's where we at. Stop falling for the magic trick. They trying to deflect from the power struggle. And they want to always make Trump look bad. It's always Trump's fault. Even though Trump is doing exactly what Biden and Obama did when it comes to the illegal immigrants. Obama did more. Clinton did even more. But some of you ain't going to hear this. Some of you ain't going to listen to all of what I just said. You're going to turn it off because you hear, but you ain't hearing. So I can't help you. But for those of you who did, and hopefully I gave a couple of you some information you didn't have, those of you, I bid you shalom. And remember, this is the People Podcast. I am your host, the Ben Israel, the People's Champ, but you can call me V.